Welcome to Historically Black Sense News, where we honor legacy, highlight the culture, and celebrate the excellence of HBCUs, one story at a time. I am Heaven Cunningham, currently serving as the 53rd Miss Cheney University of Pennsylvania.
And I'm Deuce Tucker, a proud Florida A&M University alum, here to bring you the real, the raw, and the reasons why HBCU life is unlike anything else. From yard talk to alumni achievements, we've got the stories that move the culture forward.
Yes, and before we dive into tonight's lineup, I want to shout out my illustrious HBCU, Cheney University of Pennsylvania, the first HBCU. Yeah, shout out your HBCUs. Like, let's see some HBCU love in the comments.
Yeah, we know it's a lot of rattlers in them comments. So I'm not even gonna give them too much, Yeah, but shout out to the first, man. Y'all definitely were the first. So I want to give y'all props. That's love. That's real. But it's great to have you back, Heaven. And as our queen here at Historically Black Sense News, we miss you. But you truly were holding down in New Orleans, serving as Miss Cheney. Now let's take a look at your illustrious court.
Yes, ma'am. Queen girls. We see you. The first. The best. Yes, shout out 1837. That is me, the 53rd Miss Cheney University of Pennsylvania. I had the privilege of attending the annual HBCU Kings and Queens Conference down in NOLA, baby, New Orleans. This event was filled with so much Black excellence.
I seen them pictures. I'm scared of y'all. Y'all something to work with, okay? But for those who don't know, the HBCU Kings and Queens Conference is where student leaders from across the country gather to grow, connect, and reign with purpose. Held annually, the conference equips kings, queens, and members of royal courts with real tools, from public speaking and etiquette to stage presence and professionalism, preparing them to lead both on campus and in life.
Yes, but this isn't just a one-time event. It's a movement with mentorship, resources, and year-round support that keeps us student leaders sharp and grounded well beyond our reigns. It all started with Leadership for Queens, founded by Dr. Dale Williams in Nashville. Then came King's Connection, created by Anthony Jones. In 2005, the two joined forces in Birmingham, Alabama, and the HBCU Kings and Queens Conference was born.
You giving us some history, okay? Look, I love that. Well, on social media, there were plenty of HBCUs that showed out.
Yes.
Let's take a look at a few. Ooh, shout out to the Rattlers. Edwina, I see you, wee. Shout out to my little sister. Huh? Yeah.
Yes.
Stay clean. Oh, yeah. Elegance.
Excellent.
Come on now. Woo.
Yes, excuse.
I like that right there.
Beautiful.
Oh, okay.
ACC.
That is a true royalty. So, Heaven, what was your favorite part of this conference?
The conference was definitely full with Black excellence. Of course, we loved the gowns, we loved the walks, glitz and glam. But my favorite part was the Sunday all-white brunch. It was convocation and prayer. The entire conference was filled with so much prayer, and the Holy Spirit was definitely with us.
Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Now, what an opportunity. I'm very happy for you.
Thank you so much. Yeah. And with that, we're going to move on to our next story for the night. This past Saturday, South Carolina State University paid tribute to a group that made football history. Their 1981 NFL draft class, the largest in school and MEAC history.
Now, 8 players from that team went on to the NFL. 5 were drafted, 3 signed as free agents, but the numbers only tell part of the history and the story.
Together, they racked up 38 years on NFL rosters, appeared in 4 Super Bowls, 6 conference championships, and earned 2 Pro Bowl selections.
Now, the class includes names like Edwin Bailey, Charlie Brown, William Judson, and Robert Gaithers, all coached by the legendary Willie Jeffries, who called their record unmatched and likely untouchable. Here's a reflection clip.
Three members of the 1981 South Carolina State University football draft class, along with their legendary coach, Willie Jeffries, sat down with me to talk about what happened 44 years ago that still has people talking.
This 1981 class, I don't think there'll ever be a university class that can top the record that they've accomplished.
When you have a significant team the way we had with that draft class that we have, it was something should have been really on a coattail riding it out. You know, as Coach them always said, you don't win the game in the first quarter, you always win it in the fourth quarter. That's where the game is won at. So it's been 44 years and it's the fourth quarter.
The team was undefeated.
We always knew we were going to win.
Yeah. But that's not all. The 1981 draft.
Yes, like they said, it's been 44 years since that historic draft class changed the game. And now they've officially been honored by the university, the state, and the community they lifted up.
Now, their legacy lives on in the record books, in the Hall of Fame, and in every future player who walks through SC State. It's amazing to see HBCUs leave a legacy through sports.
Amen. Speaking of sports, before we get into our next story, I have a bit of a controversial question. Is marching band a sport? Now, I believe that all my marching band family, they do their biggest one. And as a cheerleader who often gets told cheerleading is not a sport, I would love to know your opinion, Deuce.
Honestly, I think cheerleading is a sport.
You think cheerleading?
Yeah.
It is.
I think cheerleading is a sport.
Marching band is a sport.
But much love to my marching band brothers and sisters. You all tear the house down every time you perform. But that's what it is to me specifically. When it comes to any entertainment, sports, music, it's entertainment. It's a performance. But personally, I do not think that marching band is a sport. Now, you all put on a show, boy, oh boy. But to me, it's just a performance. It's an art, it's a beauty, but it's not a sport to me.
Okay. Well, let us know in the comments if you believe that marching band is a sport. All right, now comments. Well, according to marchingband.com, the simple answer is that marching band is a sport. However, it is even more closely fits the definition of a performance art. Marching band fits into most dictionary definitions of sport due to the amount of physical activity involved.
Well, of course, according to marchingband.com, because it's focused on marching band. But with that being said, the marching band season has begun for many HBCU programs across the nation. Band camps have begun, and several bands are gearing up for the battle season. And August is here.
Yes, the blue and gold marching machine did their big one, and the internet knows it. North Carolina A&T's iconic band had the crowd swaying with soulful mashups of Drew Hill's Beauty and Cisco's Incomplete. And it was smooth like Sunday morning. Let's hear it.
You know Drew Hill's going to go crazy every time. But however, smooth enough that Drew Hill showed love on their social media. I'm telling you, boy, that Drew Hill. I'm telling you now, one thing marching band's gonna do, they can be smooth with it, but also have a certain level of grace as well. And the Drew Hill actually showed them love by reposting their performance on their social media. And with that being said, what songs do you want to hear from the marching bands this year? Heaven, what do you think?
That's a great question. Now, the only classics for me is some Michael Jackson and Whitney Houston. So I don't know if we're gonna. I wanna with somebody. I don't know. Somebody might have to recreate it. But I love to see all the action with the drum majors, and shout out to those majorettes. Now, as you can see, SC State is ready. Let us know what bands that you are ready to see for this football season down in the comments. And professionally moving on, students at Howard University are speaking out after being blindsided by surprise tuition bills that they say that they never saw coming.
That's right. And according to Black Information Network, at least 1,000 students, yes, I said 1,000 students, were told they owed money, and some of the balances going back as far as 2 years, following Howard switched to a new student account system.
Wow. And one student, Alexis Rodriguez, a junior studying political science and Africana studies, learned that she owed $15,000. And with no financial safety net, she's now fighting just to stay enrolled. And it didn't stop there. Her foreign language fellowship was taken. She lost her RA position and even her housing stipend, all because of that unexpected balance.
Come on, HU. Yeah, we got to do better. Now, the students told NBC News, students at risk of homelessness don't have time to wait for a system to figure things out. That's true. That's true. A GoFundMe for her has raised nearly $7,000. Meanwhile, students are organizing a page called Whose Howard Is It? It's spotlighting names and donation links for those affected, showing the real faces behind these balances.
Wow.
That's insane. But in response, Howard University says the charges were already owed, but delayed updates from January through June, causing confusion. They've even extended office hours, and they're working to resolve remaining holds, which they said in a statement this past week.
Yes, although this is unfortunate, it is inspiring to see students come together to push for change. And hopefully these students can work together with the administration to solve this before the fall semester begins. And love to all my Bisons. Now, our next story is about a disturbing traffic stop involving an HBCU student that is gaining national attention after cell phone and body cam footage revealed a violent arrest that many are calling excessive and brutal.
That's right. Now, back on February 19th, William McNeil Jr., a student at Livingstone College, was pulled over in Jacksonville, Florida, reportedly for driving without headlights and not wearing a seatbelt during what officers called inclement weather.
But this weekend, McNeil released his own cell phone video showing Jacksonville officers breaking his car window, punching him in the face, and dragging him from his car.
And now that the body cam footage is out, the response is loud and clear. Civil rights attorney Ben Crump is calling the incident, quote, a clear depiction of brutality. McNeil also sat down with ABC News to share his side of the story in an emotional interview.
Just really wanted to know, why I was getting pulled over and why I needed to step out the car when I know I didn't do nothing wrong.
Wow.
And back at his school, Livingstone College, President has also spoken out, condemning what happened to their student and calling for justice.
Here's a clip where it's shared. It's such an unfortunate event.
Yes. And although this is an unfortunate event, Deuce, it's honestly great to see HBCU leaders standing strong behind their students.
I absolutely agree 100%. But before we get into tonight's interview portion, we must highlight the beautiful ladies of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, who recently had a member debut some sneakers honoring the sisterhood.
Yes, you see who Deuce is with. Asia Wilson is a 3-time WNBA MVP and proud member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, who just debuted a stunning AKA inspired colorway of her signature sneaker, the Nike A1.
Them things live. Now, although this design announcement came out earlier this year, the shoe is finally available for purchase. Our culture is everywhere, even on the course. And speaking of the AKAs, check out this highlight from AGP this past week.
Of course. It seems like every time we have an AKA highlight, Deuce's, his mood just gets a little better.
I just like when, African American women can just come together, become cohesive amongst each other, and be able to just fellowship and have a great time.
Amen to sisterhood.
Absolutely.
And that shoe is hot.
Mm.
I might get on the court. I'm not sure.
Okay. We're gonna see that jumper. Let's see
Thank
what it's talking about. Hello.
And I definitely did hear that AGP was a time. Okay. Atlanta, shout out y'all.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all go to TGP though, let's hear for TGP in the comments. I'm not sure.
Drop them in the comments. Let us know what's up.
But we are swiftly moving on to my favorite historically Black Since news host and interviewer, Shamai Cook.
Good evening. I didn't know you could hoop heaven. Let me find out.
Hey, I'm a state champion in 8th grade. Hey. Point guard. Point guard.
Let me find out you with the K's, Deuce. You K's?
I'm with everybody who comes together and become cohesive amongst each other.
Oh, he's so politically correct.
He's not trying to get that Coleman love.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
For real.
I love everyone. I love everyone. Yes, I love everyone.
Allegedly, like you said, allegedly. But thank you guys so much. Our first guest tonight is the Southern University alum and the CEO and founder of Curly's Beauty and Bending Company. Please welcome Leah Lee to the show. Hello, Leah.
Hi, everyone.
Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for coming on. How are you doing tonight?
Thank you for having me. I'm doing good. How are you?
I am well. First of all, I want to thank you for coming on tonight. First, let's start here. You are a proud alum of Southern University. Talk about your experience. You graduated back in May of 2022. It was some time ago. Talk about your experience there and what did you learn at your HBCU?
Yeah, my time was great. I loved every bit of it. Showcasing, my talents throughout those 4 years on campus, actually having that HBCU experience. I learned a lot through my 4 years there. I learned companionship. I learned how to navigate through difficult situations and stuff like that. But I enjoyed all my years. I'm a proud alum of Southern University. I'm at A&M College, so I'm just happy to be here as well, representing my HBCU.
Also, you pledged Delta Sigma Theta over there as well. I want to mention that as well. And you gave back in a way to your alma mater. You are, like I said in the intro, the CEO of Curly's Beauty and Vending Co., which is you have a vending machine. We posted it on our social media here at Historically Black Since. It's a vending machine with beauty products. It's such a unique aspect. You got hair gel in there. You got combs. You got picks. You got different stuff in there. First of all, where does the idea come from, and why did you want to put it at your alma mater?
So first of all, starting off, I was, a former student living on Southern University's campus in 2017, and also I didn't have a means of transportation at that time. So I experienced firsthand how difficult it was to access beauty supply products without a car. So that gap kind of motivated me to create something that would help students right when they're in need for no ride needed at all. So
now, being post-grad, you got a degree in recreational therapy. how's your career going with that major and all that jazz? Talk about that.
So, my major kind of correlates with what I'm doing with my beauty vending machine right now by kind of teaching me how to operate with different people of different backgrounds.
Yeah.
Recreation therapy kind of touches bases on people with disabilities as well. So, having this there for people and having it there for access as well for everybody kind of just correlates, and it kind of just helps me get a good mindset of, how can I make my business better for everyone.
Now, is there a plan for this to expand to other HBCUs across the country? Because this is a great asset, and how and is this in your business plan, and how is this working moving forward?
Absolutely, absolutely. I see Curly is growing beyond Southern University, to other HBCUs and PWIs as well. I feel like students everywhere deserve this level of convenience, accessibility, and care. So this can really be a movement for Curly's Beauty and Vending Co.
Now, what's next moving forward? I know you're kind of a one woman band in a way. How what's the plan moving forward? What is your business plan? Probably in the next 5 years, 10 years. What is it moving forward?
Yeah, so for sure, like I said, moving to different institutes and actually having kind of like a franchise as well. I want the students to kind of get hands-on with this so they know personally that, hey, an alumni of a HBCU was able to create this. So I want them to actually be able to be hands-on with this and able to actually operate the business themselves. So kind of in the next few years, looking to franchise out to different institutions, but that's just in the works right now. So.
What are some inspiration you would give to people who are kind of afraid to get out of their comfort zone to pitch ideas on businesses or plans that they have aspirations for, and they're kind of afraid to do it? What's your advice to people who want to start their own business?
My advice to you would be there will be ups and downs with everything in life. So you just kind of have to pick and choose what you want to pursue, I guess, in a way that just follow your heart, follow your dreams. I always say put God first, step out on faith. Everything else will kind of fall in place after that. And make sure you have a good support system. Make sure that you're doing your research as well. But anything is possible. A dream is only a dream until you make it a reality. The world is yours. It's your playground. So have at it.
Thank you so much, Leah Lee, everybody, CEO and founder of Curly Beauty and Vending Co. And if you're on the campus of Southern University, go check out, go support her business, because hair care is very important, especially in the Black community.
Right.
So go support
in the union. Yeah.
In the union. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. Our next guest is a music artist who is a graduate of Fairview A&M University and a member of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. Please welcome Isaiah Archie to the show. Hello, Isaiah. Isaiah?
Hey, how's it going?
How are you, sir?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for coming on. First of all, I'm just doing research about you and looking at your background. You have had a great career, not just as a student. You start off you're from Houston, H-Town. You got your bachelor's degree from Houston Downtown University in Houston Downtown campus with a bachelor's of multi-industry studies, and then you went to HBCU in Fairview A&M University and got your MBA there. And you pledged Kappa Alpha Psi at University of Houston downtown, but you also right now you are a member of the alumni chapter.
Fairview alumni.
Fairview alumni. But you're artists.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk about what made you want to get into being a business administration student. Are you still there? We still got him? Okay, I don't know what's going on here. Okay, he's frozen, I believe. So we're gonna move along, try to get him back with our producers here. Let's move along. This is live television, folks. This happens. Our next guest is a sophomore criminology and political science student at Howard University and serves as the ambassador for the HBCU Satellite Campus Initiative in Boston, Massachusetts. Please welcome Brianna Cody to the show. Hello, Brianna.
Hi, so nice to meet you. Thank you for having me. It's Codio. I'm sorry.
Codio, I'm so sorry. Codio.
No worries.
I apologize. My apologies. First of all, how are you doing tonight? And thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule.
I'm great. Just trying to get ready to go back to Howard through all the craziness that's been going on.
Yeah.
But how are you?
I'm well. We mentioned that earlier in the broadcast about the the financial aid stuff. How did that affect you actually? Let's talk about that before we get into the satellite campus. How did that affect you?
So personally, I'm going to be as transparent as possible. It did not affect me entirely, but I do have friends that it did affect, and it's quite heartbreaking. There are things and actions that could have been taken to avoid this, and they weren't taken, quite honestly. And I feel like Howard does need to grasp that portion of it, especially with all that's going on within this administration and a lot of the HBCUs being affected by this administration. We have to be 10 steps ahead. So for me personally, I was not affected, but it's very heartbreaking to hear other people's stories and things of that nature, because you shouldn't be penalized to be getting an education. So I want everybody to, at least, if you're listening to this, please donate. It means a lot. Whether it's $10, $20, it's going to the right place.
Why do you believe that Howard is, pursuing these type of acts and not providing resources, just saying that we're sorry, we're opening? What's the deal with that? What's the disconnection with, do you believe, from a student perspective?
So it's going to be really hard to speak on this because I only know so much. So I don't want to put a lot of words into their mouths, but just entirely from my perspective, a staffing issue is a really significant matter in this, as well as them not. Another thing, they don't pick up phones. They don't really respond as fast as they should, especially since we're paying to be there, personally speaking. But in the matter of it all, I feel like it's just a lot of disorganization and a lot of he said, she said. And I feel like some people are not taking accountability as well as putting themselves in other people's shoes. It's mostly a singular perspective here where some people are like, it doesn't affect me. I don't think anything is happening. So I think definitely taking the step to actually go towards students and getting even student body sort of initiatives, such as like clubs and the D9 to really help fast forward and help the Howard get moving things along. But it's really hard to say what exactly is the problem.
All right, thank you. Let's move along here. Thank you for that. So you are from Hanson, is it called Hanson, Mass?
Yes, Hanson. Yeah.
Hanson, Mass, and you are 19 years old, studying criminology and political science at Howard. What made you want to choose that major as your career path?
So I am aspiring to become an attorney, especially a civil rights and constitutional attorney. It's a lot of hoops and hurdles as to why I chose those two majors. The most significant part was that they were on, it's called a quote unquote pre-law track, a quote unquote one. It's Howard doesn't have a specific pre-law track, just putting that out there because some people did not know that, as long as me, but they do have like law-based programs through certain majors. So I'm very interested in politics. Currently right now, I'm working under the Massachusetts Treasurer as our policy and legislation intern. So politics has been a big significant part of my life. Both my parents are immigrants, so everything is almost every day is a battle for them. And as well, I just want to help people, and politics plays a big role in all of our lives, whether we like it or not. In criminology as well, I sort of did that path, as well as because I was also thinking to become a criminal defense attorney. So there's a lot of different avenues and routes as to why I chose those majors, but a lot has to do with it with law.
You are working alongside council leader Brian Worley. Worrell, excuse me.
Yes.
Working alongside Brian Worrell in installing a satellite HBCU campus in Boston. Can you talk about that process and why did he want to bring an HBCU campus to Boston?
Yeah, of course. So one thing to get out of the way, especially seeing on Instagrams, all sorts of social media, we are not establishing a new HBCU. That is not going to happen. We can't do that. Historically, that just defeats the purpose of what an HBCU is and what it's continuing to be. A satellite campus, for one, we just want to have an already established HBCU, just extend an arm over to Massachusetts, which is where we would just have a campus here, and either I'm going to say, for instance, Howard, NCAT, Southern University, they can just go in and they can take over that campus, and it'll just be an extension of themselves, just to get that out of the way. And City Council Worrell has said that it's a significant part of who he is. He's Caribbean, he's Black, and he's seen a significant impact Black students have, especially with affirmative action being overturned. It's really hard for Black students to navigate and find their way without feeling like they're being attacked in some sort of sense. So he's definitely wants to create a space for Black students, especially in Boston, within the whole Massachusetts, to have a place to go to where they feel comfortable, where they feel like they're going to be needed and heard.
Boston is a predominantly white area, and how is this going to work for a predominantly white area with a minority of Black people in that city? How would that work, and what have you learned through his plans as his intern, learning from him? What is his plans from a strategic plan to get this to work?
So as I want to just make it clear, we are at very, very beginner stages. We have just put together public testimony just to hear the initiative to the city council. So it's going to be very hard to pinpoint where we're going to continue forward without this hearing, which is a public hearing. So if anybody who's interested wants to testify, they certainly can. It's happening August 26th at 4 p.m. Virtually and in person. So everyone will have an opportunity to join that. But essentially, even though we are a predominantly white city, we do have a significant minority community. I live in Hanson, so I'm in the southern part. I'm kind of closer to Cape Cod than Boston, but not even 2 towns over from me is Brockton. It's a predominantly Black town. So what I'm trying to just get at is that essentially Black people are here, and we want them to be noticed and to be heard. And for a long time, it always feels like we're kind of drowned out. And with this HBCU, we are essentially extending an arm to the minority community who has overall been felt like they've been forgotten. So through this HBCU initiative, it gives Black students an opportunity to go to a place where they feel like they belong, where they're heard, and where they will actually fit in. Essentially, for me personally, I went to a predominantly white school. So this initiative, I think it resonates with me because it's hard to go out of state. It's hard to start up somewhere else, somewhere new, especially when from small towns, small cities. So through this, some students will be able to stay home essentially and still learn and get an education.
How can people, you talk about, the meeting that's happening on August 26th. You mentioned that. What are other ways that people can, people of Boston and in the surrounding areas voice their opinion about the idea of bringing a satellite campus, and how can they get in contact with council leader Brian Worrell?
Yes, Worrell. Honestly, reach out to all your city councilors. No matter, it doesn't have to be specifically Brian. Reach out to all of them and let them know that you support this. No matter if you're not a part of an HBCU, if you're alumni, if you are current students, every voice is needed. We're just starting with a public lens, working with a wide array of HBCU stakeholders like as I've said, current students, alumni, faculty, and even presidents, if they're willing to step forward and talk, it's very important and very significant. So just reaching out, you can just type in, you can look up Boston City Councilors. There's a whole website for them, and you can just email them. That's essentially what I did. I just emailed him after seeing the article and just let him know of what I was interested in and how it was going to help. So a lot of that does work in favor. And even coming to the August 26th hearing is amazing as well. So that's couple ways to get into it.
Thank you so much, Brianna Codio, for coming on Historically Black Sensitive. Thank you so much.
Yes, of course. Thank you.
No problem. Let's bring back Isaiah Archie. I'm told that his screen is not frozen again. Sorry about that. You're good. Everything's good. You got technology is something else, but we got you back here.
I didn't know what happened.
Yeah. As I was mentioning earlier, you got your master's from Pearview A&M University, and then now you're part of the Pearview alumni chapter there of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. What made you want to go get your master's, your MBA over there at Pearview?
What made me want to go get my master's, because nobody in my family did it. Well, actually, I was the first one to graduate, so I'm trying to set that bar. But the reason why I actually went back is just to learn the business side, because I'm in the music industry. I'm doing sync music and licensing on TV, and I need that business background to be able to help other people that come after me, so they won't have to take the long road that I took.
Yeah, you talk about your music being on television. Some of your music has been featured in hit TV shows like All American, Love and Hip Hop, The Real Housewives of Atlanta. How did it feel to hear your music being played on those shows? And was it like a made it moment?
It was like the first one, it was like I made it, and then the second one, it just became natural. It's like, okay, cool, I can do this, so I'm gonna get in my bag.
Now you dropped a great new anthem in an official video a few weeks ago when we highlighted here on Historically Black Sense on our Instagram page. It's called We the Noobs Remix. It's featuring some of your frat brothers from Houston to Harlem to Morris Brown College in Atlanta. Talk about the story behind the project and why was now the right time to publish it.
So, well, actually, I actually recorded the song a year ago, and I did it just I did it by myself, and I had a milestone. I came up and on 150,000 streams, and then they posted it on Pyramids and Diamonds, and then I was like, this can be bigger. So I reached out to brothers in different areas to say, hey, let's come and collab on a song. So I feel like that made the bond stronger. Like I went to Clay James in Atlanta, Don Mueller here in Harlem, and you got Abu, Tennessee. So I got brothers from all over to get on the track, and we never met each other before. So this actually brought us together, and Clay James brought me out to Atlanta Greek Picnic, and I can say we stole the show down there.
You got a scholarship too. How did that feel?
Yes.
You got a scholarship as well. How did that feel?
Yeah, I mean, we love music, and yeah, we love to party, we love to show, but at the same time, the Divine Nine as a whole, we have a purpose, and that's to give back into the community, and especially give back to people in the education field that's trying to pursue their dreams.
Well, we appreciate it. Never know. One day you might get a Grammy. Next step is getting a Grammy, and recording that album. And make sure you guys tune into his music video. It's going viral. If you haven't watched it, you're living under a rock. Just saying. But make sure we appreciate you so much for coming in on Historically Black Sense News, Isaiah Archie, and continue your greatness. And best of luck to you.
All right, thank you. Thanks for having me.
No problem. Deuce?
Man, somehow, Shemai, you did it again, brother. You know, what a great discussion.
Yeah, thank you so much. I know he's on the wrong side of 1911 in your opinion, but we digress.
Yeah, you know, his message was very powerful and it was very distinctive, so I'm going to give him that, you know, and I appreciate the stories that you was able to share tonight, man.
Thank you. Yeah. How you doing, Heaven?
Hi, she's back. I absolutely loved your interviews. Always, always. We need a vending machine at Cheney. Just
Yeah,
putting that.
that's a good idea. She gotta make sure. I think she did look out for the brothers. I don't have waves. Deuce used to have waves, so I don't know what that is for. Like having the do rags and all that stuff and the brushes. She gotta
Man,
add those stuff for the guys too. Just
I
saying.
learn
Brush.
something new about this every show.
Hey man, it's all love, man. But look, I know it took a long time to get those, not a long time, probably like a week or two. Brush, and then secret for everyone to know:
Yeah, what's the
use a
secret?
plastic bag to get the frizz out of your hair. Usually, let's say if you wash it, it's sticking up a little bit. Use
Yeah.
that plastic bag to lay it down.
Like a
Do-rag
plastic
it.
bag from like Walmart or like Food
It could
Lion
be
or
like a
something like that.
Ziploc bag or even a grocery
Oh,
bag.
okay.
Literally, boom, lay it
Okay,
down,
we
and it's
might
gonna
need
be
to add
permanent.
plastic bags to the vending machine.
The more you know. We'll get it from the
Exactly.
calf. They got the budget.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Talking about the cab. Y'all something else, man. Look though, tonight has been a great show, and we talked about resilience and advocacy, and highlighted even black excellence.
Mhm.
Before we wrap up tonight, let's talk about
You see the shirt?
love.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
All right, now. Yes, tonight's reflection talks about love. And before I ask you this, Deuce and Shemai, let's look at this clip of a romantic moment captured at Clark Atlanta University.
That's beautiful.
That was absolutely beautiful.
That is black excellence. That's what we call black excellence. That's what I love.
I can agree with that, man. That was definitely touching. Honestly, I feel like black love is the best love. Now everyone deserves to be treated, when it comes to respect, dignity, and love when it comes from whomever. However, I definitely will always prefer black love overall. I love how I can't remember in recent time where I've seen a proposal on a school campus. Of course, it has been in the past, but in recent years. So definitely congratulations to that beautiful couple, and I hope they live forever and ever in regards to their love.
Yes, congratulations to them. And special shout out to Paul and Aaron, who actually just got engaged at Cheney University this past spring at Paul's probate into Omega Psi Phi.
Oh, see, you just made Deuce's night. You just made Deuce's night.
Omega Man. Omega
You made
Man.
a Deuce's night. Oh my gosh.
Shout out Paul and Aaron.
They should get married. I love it. Respect to them.
Yes, sophomores at that. Okay, now for tonight's question. All right, now for tonight's question, I want to ask: How has attending an HBCU shaped the way that you view love, relationships, or partnerships? Like, what's something that you wish people knew about Black love at HBCUs that just can't be captured on social media or,
Black love exists. That's what I realized. Black love does really exist.
At your HBCU?
Well, yeah, I've learned that you can really find someone that is really your true partner. I'm saying that because when you're in college, I feel like that's one of the best ways to find a partner because you guys both have something in common. Y'all both want to pursue a degree. Y'all both want to do something with your life, right? So I think this is a great way to learn and gain a life partner. And especially, this is from an HBCU perspective. This is a Black show, okay?
Mm-hmm.
There's Black women everywhere. Black women are the best thing God ever created.
Right now.
But I say this, I'll say it again. Black women are the best thing God ever created. So when you see, so much great Black women all around, look at Deuce daydreaming now. Look at
Yeah.
It's just like it pushes you to be better as a Black man. It pushes you want to impress them. It pushes you want to, not live for them, but try to get their attention. So I think dating, especially at HBCU, it as a black man perspective, it teaches you to work harder. It builds character. I digress.
It's crazy. That's the best reason I'd have never heard in regards of why relationships and just things that nature kind of help motivate and cultivate the experience for just black men. Like, honestly, man, like, you hear, of course, when it comes to these different topics of, these women want this and, men want this. But honestly, man, a certain specific motivation can help prevail any kind of brother, any kind of man.
Exactly.
When you gave that understanding and that purpose of, let's say, men, they want more money in their pockets. But why they want more money in their pockets? It doesn't necessarily need to be the specific reason. Of course, you need to have a purpose for it. Of course, don't spend it all on, a little girl that you just met a couple weeks ago, whatever. Of course, save it and build on it. But sometimes when it comes to the grace, the elegance, the power, the purpose and way a black woman moves, it makes you want to just be greater and work harder, like you previously stated. And that's something I definitely appreciate, because of just the style and the grace and the expression of black women everywhere.
It's just so beautiful. It's just so beautiful. It's just it's just art everywhere. That's how I look at it. It's just art everywhere.
Okay, no, I would say that I agree. Black love is truly the best love, because I feel as though, especially at HBCUs, I learned, Chain University now, but I learned that when you choose to love, and you guys are both African American or just black in general, it's loving each other intentionally on purpose, because we have been systematically separated, from each other, especially within the household and black families. So seeing in 2025 black students, especially at a young age, choosing each other, choosing to commit to each other for life, and not having, this toxic hookup culture and things that we know do exist, and choosing to create more black families and more black legacies, you can do nothing but be happy and wish them the best of the best. And it's truly a gift from God to witness two people who are so alike but so different come together as one. Amen. Now I have another question for you guys. Okay. So have you guys personally, or let us know in the comments, if you've ever had to choose between love and ambition during your time at your HBCU? What lessons have you learned from heartbreak or conflict while having to navigate college relationships? Because sometimes you got to make these priorities straight and clear.
This is a deep question.
Amen.
Such a deep question.
Let's wake that up.
You want to go first, Deuce?
I'll go first. Well, actually, yes, I definitely had to, eventually choose between ambition and love, for life, for companionship, and just for my sanity. I honestly feel as if, like we previously stated, black love is the best love. However, everybody has their own cycle in regards of the way they're able to operate when it comes to their life. Everyone's not able to just, grasp, especially at a young age, 20, 21, 22, the importance of companionship while trying to pursue a career in regards of different initiatives that they want to pursue and gather for themselves, especially as a young man. It's hard. It's hard being anyone in this world, but it's it's hard being a black man. So when you feel as if you're not evolving and elevating to the purpose and the point of where you should be, sometimes you can get down on yourself, and that can portray on the relationships, friendships, or companionship that you have with whomever that you have some type of special feelings for. And it's unfortunate. However, sometimes I honestly believe that what is meant to be will be. Doesn't matter what age, when, where, how. Usually in this society and within this world, and I believe it's in this intention from God, where if something is meant to be, it will happen. So you cannot stress. You have to just stay diligent, stay determined, stay disciplined, and just be understanding of where you are, and hopefully that person will be understanding of where you are as well, and try to understand where you're coming from, especially with the shoe that you are in. Yeah.
Love and ambition.
I have made, I have learned the hard way that sometimes your partner is not gonna treat you how you expect them to. So I feel like, I have made some sacrifices where I put my partner in front of my career or my ambitions that I wanted to do. And you learn that the hard way that, not everybody's going to treat you how you want them to treat you in a relationship as a partner. So I some of those, it's good that we're learning that now. Well, I learned that now in college rather than going, when I'm in my 30s, 40s, doing that and, learning that the hard way there. That's what I appreciate about college and being at an HBCU. You learn those type of lessons. It's in one thing when it's in a relationship, you need to find someone who treats you the way you treat them, and it can't be a fit. It can't be an 80.
Doctor?
It can't. No, I'm not no love doctor. I'm just saying, like, from experience. Don't waste your time on somebody if you spend more time than them on the relationship than they do, you're wasting your time.
Right.
So when it comes to not just materialistic things, but time, if they don't respect your time, if they don't respect, your career aspirations or just your passion into the relationship, sometimes you have to bite, your tongue and leave. You have to take it on the chin and leave. So, those type of things you really have to take heed in college and learn your lesson. Go ahead, Heaven.
Yes, and just I think amazing points from our Black men. And I would say to my HBCU queens, focus on exactly the things that God puts on your heart. Okay. I will tell you, I will not be dating anyone until after May 9th, 2026, when you will see me walk across that graduation stage. However, I know some of my sisters that are in faith-based relationships and they fast with their partners and they pray and help support each other in their goals and ambitions. So I would say it's a personal decision. Even for my kings, make sure that you are being intentional about the things that you want in your life and never let your dreams pass you by because you are focusing on someone else's. Okay. Amen. So that's all I have to say about Black love. We love. And congratulations to all my newlyweds, everybody who's in a relationship, and those who are in a relationship with their self. Okay. Shout out. Thank you.
That's the that's the best one. You gotta be your own best friend.
Yes, that was truly an amazing discussion. But that concludes tonight's show here at Historically Black Sense News. Let's not forget to shout out our production and staff for putting this show together. Shout out Lauren. Lauren. Amazing.
Chris, yes.
Beautiful. Talented.
Yes.
Script writer who has a passion for all the topics covered. And she has been lighting up the comments. So let's shout her out. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Lauren.
Definitely doing it. We appreciate
I am Heaven Cunningham.
I'm Shamai Cook.
And I'm Deuce Tucker. And this is Historically Black Sense News. And we will see you next week. Take care.